Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video lecture on Python series. This is Charishma. Let's start a discussion on what is a compiler and an interpreter in this Python series lectures. Before undertaking this topic, we need to understand what is a high-level language and its advantages. So what is a high-level language? So high-level language is a programming language with a strong abstraction from the details of the computer. So what does it mean? So here we are trying to hide out the complexity of the backend source code of the computer. So we are trying to make our code most understandable and easier. So let me tell you, this high level language is otherwise called as a language which is close to the human language. So if I say the language is in human language, that means it is very easier to understand, and in the writing of the code is also very easy. So let's pull out the advantages of having a high level language compared to the low level language. So this high level language usually consumes less time to write a code, and also it is shorter and easier to read. So why is it easier to read? I already said it is very close to our own language, and obviously we can understand the code lines very easily. The second one is it is very portable. Portable in the sense it can run on different kinds of computers with few or no modifications. So it is most compatible to different set of computers. So these are the main reasons why we started preferring high level language compared to the low level language. So low level language is a computer's language, the language which the computer can understand, whereas a high level language is something which is comfortable for we people. But the problem is the computers can execute the programs written only in low level language. So what has to be done here? So though we write a program in high level language, we just convert a high level language into the low level language. So low level language, and from this low level language the program gets executed. But the question is, who is going to take the task of this conversion from high level to low level languages? So here we have two elements. One is an interpreter, the other one is compiler. So both of these do the job of converting the code from high level language to low level language. But which one is the best? So let's try to understand in our discussion with a simple example. So for example, your mom has asked you to, so let me tell you, so you got transferred to a new state where you are not aware of. That means your family got transferred to a new state where you are not aware of the native language of the state, but you have got the talent of understanding the native language of the state. At the same time, you also know your mother tongue. So what did your mother do? So she wanted some groceries to be purchased from a supermarket, and she approached you and asked for help to get those groceries because you are aware of the native language of the state where you got transferred. So what happened? Your mother has provided you the groceries list in two ways. The first one is she made a note of all the groceries in a sheet of paper at a time, and she handed over to you, and you took the sheet of paper and went to the supermarket, and you explained each item written on the sheet of the paper to the supermarket fellow in their native language, and you bought the complete groceries back home and handed it to your mother. So what is happening in the first process? The complete work has been listed in the sheet of paper, and it has been handed over to you, and you translated the list to the market fellow, and you bought the groceries back. So this is your first approach. And in the second approach, your mom felt like giving the groceries. So she started giving the list of groceries one by one. So first she asked you to get something, and you went to the supermarket and got the first item and then handed over to your mother. And then after looking at the first item, and then she again gave you the second item, asked you the second item to be bought, and you again went to the supermarket and you translated it and again bought and handed over to your mother, and so on. So what is happening here, the process is happening in a step by step approach. The process is happening in a step by step approach. So you need to go to the supermarket for each item and get back hand over to your mother. So in this first process, everything is happening at a period of time. So that is called as compiling. So the list has been compiled by your mother and handed over to you. Whereas in your second stage, the step-by-step process is called as interpreting. Is called as interpreting. The same way, even in your system, your high level language conversion process happens in the same two methods. The first method, the complete code is being translated to the low level language at a time, and then the program gets executed. Whereas in the second case, each line of code is being translated separately to the low level language and the execution process happens. So in my first case, that is where a compiler, so the first kind of conversion is called as compiling, and the one which translates the lines of code at a period of time, like in first case, is called as compiler, and second case an interpreting, where an interpreter converts each line of code step by step, line by line, into low level language and undertakes the execution process. So let me tell you, if I ask you to vote for any of these two, usually you prefer a compiler because your work will be done at a time, isn't it? But I tell you, each of this one, either a compiler or interpreter, has its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, in the same example, if your mother gave you a wrong groceries entered in her list. So what you do, you go to the supermarket, get the wrong groceries entered in the list, and again hand it over to your mother. So in this case, the correction of error cannot be done once it has started translating. So this is a disadvantage in case of compiler. So error correction becomes a problem. Whereas in interpreter case, the correction of error can happen then and there itself, because the conversion process is happening line by line and correction can be done then and there itself. So this is an advantage of an interpreter. Whereas coming to the disadvantage of an interpreter, so the line by line conversion process will take more time. So it consumes little more time compared to an interpreter. So this is going to increase the response time of the execution process. So that's why in my previous video lecture I said the main reason why the Python was not encouraged those days was larger response time, and this was still carry forwarded. But compared to that particular disadvantage, the advantages are more in Python, and that's why we are preferring nowadays. Whereas in case of compiler, you see, once the translation process is done, you can execute the program whenever you want. So translation will not happen again and again. So though the initial stage of translation takes time, once it gets translated, it can be executed whenever required. So that's what we see here. So you can look into the sentence. An interpreter reads high-level program and executes it. It means it does what the program says. It processes the program alternatively, reading the lines and preferring the computation. So it's a step-by-step process. Whereas a compiler reads the program and translates it completely before the program starts running. So what is meant by a source code? So the source code, what you see in this block diagram, is called as a high level program, and the target program is called as the low level program. That is a program which can be understood by the computer very easily. So here you can see the source program conversion process takes step by step along with the input values then and there itself, and it checks for the error messages and gives you the output. Hope the concept is clear with the example. And next video we'll be studying about the different IDEs of Python and what are the most preferred IDEs of Python and how to install Jupyter Notebook in your system. So thanks for watching the video. Happy learning. Thank you very much.